The last thing that we want is obviously to be stuck somewhere in Spain without a home, without a van.
Actually locked.
Not full of confidence, to be honest, with this one.
This looks like it's going to be really, really wide.
Change of plans.
Hello and welcome back to our little channel. We are Malin, Tom, Charlie and Isabella.
We've spent the last few years fighting cancer, living in a van and exploring the world. And now we're taking on a new challenge, turning this tired little Swedish cabin into a dream home.
There's a lot that needs to be done, but it's going to be a fun ride. Tag along!
Alright, new day and new tasks. Tom and the kids is going to buy more wallpaper that we put before we start painting. Because we bought one roll. What do you say? En rulle för lite. Like one, I don't know. We're missing one. Anyway, we didn't buy enough. So they're going to pick up some more things of that. And I'm gonna start painting the ceiling because that feels like a task that we can't do with the kids. So I'm gonna crack on while they're away so we can put up the rest of the wallpaper when we get here. So let's get started. One of the best things about videoing everything you do must be getting to watch yourself being completely brain dead for way too long. Let's just say this is the short version. But after a lot of thinking, I decided to change the plans. Change of plans. We thought that the ceiling was a bit better than it was. So now when I've cleaned it, I think actually I'm going to spackle it first so it looks good before I put paint on. So I guess that's my job right now and not painting. Woo! Spackle! Yay! I think I'm done. I have never spackled anything in my entire life, I don't think. So we'll see if it's good enough. I don't really know what to do now. I want to paint the window, but I don't know if I can do that when it's this cold out because it needs to be open for a bit. We also need to paint the walls with like wall glue. If you do wall glue mixed with water on these kind of wallpapers before you put your actual paint down, the wallpaper don't soak up as much paint and you don't have to use as much paint. But I don't know if I can do that when the kids are gonna come in here and finish off that wall later. Or if somebody's gonna get like stuck in the wall.
Here we go.
Oh,
Painter Supreme.
so tired.
That's good though.
You might have to save this later.
Why? Bit of confidence, mate. Smashing it. Getting there though, aren't we? Hey?
Yep. Feel like I sanded a bit earlier.
Yeah. You're very sandy.
Hmm.
Dusty.
I still got a mustache.
No, it's more like a goatee now.
Suits my personality.
Right, so far so good with the kids' room. We've made some good progress. We've got the wallpaper up. Malin did a layer of ceiling paint last night and I've done a layer of ceiling paint this morning. So yeah, I think it's starting to look good. We're starting to get close to being ready to put the actual paint on, which feels like the fun bit. So yeah, it's going pretty well. We are, however, pausing that project for this morning at least, because I've just had a phone call from the garage You might remember a couple of weeks ago that the van decided that it had just had enough of switching gears. So she's been in the garage while they've been looking at how to sort it out. We had a full transmission failure. So it's sort of like mixed feelings with the van with what the garage said, isn't it? Because they've basically said that they've not found any problem. They've cleared the fault code, they've changed all the oils and the fluids that need a change in, and they've test driven it and they can't replicate the problem at all.
No. So it could mean that it's fixed, but it could also mean that it's coming back in a couple of weeks.
Yeah. The last thing that we want is obviously to be stuck somewhere in Spain without a home, without a van. And even worse if we're stuck on the side of the German Autobahn, because we've been there before, haven't we?
I would try that. Not doing that again.
Not doing that again.
Yeah, so what we've decided is to probably just stick around here for a couple of weeks and drive it and see if anything happens. And we can't do much more than that. And then I think we just get out on the roads.
Yeah.
We've been discussing after this, because it feels like the universe is telling us not to leave. But we also had a bit of a, what do you say, like a trial. We had snow and we had minus cold.
Yeah.
Minus cold.
Minus cold.
That was the degrees it said on there.
Literally, that's what it said on the thermometer.
Yeah.
Minus cold.
And it took me about one day and I felt sick of it.
Yeah.
So I feel like that was like, no, we can't do this for 4 or 5 months of this cold snow. I'm not doing it.
We had a taster.
Yeah.
And we didn't like it.
No.
All right, let's go and find our big fat van.
Yeah.
It's I feel mixed feelings about it. Like I don't feel like, oh great, let's go and get our fixed van. I feel a bit nervous.
Yeah.
In a weird way. But we'll see now because I've got to drive it an hour back home anyway, so.
Yeah, exactly.
It'll be a good test to start with.
Hey.
Sonny, the big fat bus. Hey!
Hey, Sonny, we missed you. Ah! Ah! Actually locked.
It's been frozen, hasn't it?
Yeah.
There she is.
Ooh. She looks empty.
Very. Well, here she is. That was a nice cheap one then to say that nothing's really been done. See if she works.
Yeah.
On the notes here, it says recommend that the customer picks up the car and see if it works.
Is that what it says? All right.
Fills you with confidence, that does, doesn't
it? Does, don't it?
She's changed language. Oh no. Well, it seems like she's working at least. Not full of confidence, to be honest, with this one. But we'll drive it for a little bit and see what happens.
Alright, what are you doing?
Painting.
You're gonna start painting today?
Yes.
Up and down, not round and mush it in. Nice and calm, exactly. Good job. Everybody take a nice big, deep breath before we start, okay? And one more.
You want me to do this?
Alpine white, is that what we want? This looks like it's going to be really, really white.
Yeah.
After opening the tin of white paint and realising it was a hospital room white and not a very pleasant tone for a kid's room, we first went back and forth with ourselves as to whether we actually chose this colour. Spoiler alert, we did.
And we're thinking about using these colours.
Yeah.
Vintage green, dusty green, and powder pink.
And then that.
And then that for the rest of the room. So we decided to go a bit off script and stick it to the man by doing whatever we felt like and mixing a random shade of green with the white paint. Let's see what happens. Slightly greener than green white. Slightly greener than white.
Mummy, look at the toy story there.
Green and green, right?
Oh, that's in get. They say
Nice and green, that isn't it?
Look.
Wow, I cannot believe how good you guys are at painting. Have you done this 100 times before?
I've done it 10 times.
10 times, have you? Alright, first layer, done. You always feel like a proper tradie when you've got hands like this. That's how you know you've done a good job. It's looking good. Got to roll the dice sometimes, haven't you? We weren't overly happy with how white it was straight out of the tub, so we mixed some green in it, and I think it's turned out pretty well. All right, so far so good with the projects inside. The cabin renovation project is going pretty much as well as it could be at the minute, I think. We seem to be making some good progress. The kids have been absolutely loving helping out, and they've been doing a surprisingly good job as well. So I think we're going to try and carry on this trend, because I think it's been really good for them. They're having a great time doing it, and yeah, it's been good to crack on and do it as a family. We said in the last video, but it really does make a difference to them to be a part of it, and I think they feel like they're cracking on and making progress as well, as much as we are. So it's really good. So we mentioned it briefly in the last video, but the plan with the kids' room is to do a bit of a sort of mountainscape design. We did this design in Charlie's old room when we renovated in the old house, and it basically involves putting up masking tape in the shape of mountains and painting on in different layers. So in the end, it looks like a mountainscape going from darker to lighter. Yeah, so last time we did it, it ended up being actually really good. So we're hoping to get the same effect this time, even though we're using different colours and slightly different style. But I'm hoping it's going to be really cool, and the kids will feel like it's a really nice place to hang out when it's done. All right, next step in the plan. We've got the ceiling painted, the walls are painted, and it turned out not too bad. A little bit colder maybe than we would have liked, but it's better than that hospital white, I think. And then the next step in the plan, as you can see, I've masked the first round of mountains. So that's the next plan. We'll see how this goes. With the power of a bit of video editing, we're able to skip out on waiting for the paint to dry. Hurrah! We actually did this next bit over the course of several days. Lots of layers, unfortunately, means lots of waiting time. All right, last bit of the mountains. Almost done. I think it's going to look really good. It was a good choice in colours, I think. They contrast nicely. So let's take the rest of this masking tape off and see how it's going to look.
It's looking really good so far. But now it's time to clean this room up in 3, 2, 1. Morning! So we've finished the kids' room, like with painting and everything. And now we're going to start putting lists and stuff up. And we've decided to reuse the lists that was in the kids' room to start with. But obviously they need sanding and painting, and on the top ones we've decided to sand it down so there's no white left, and then we're gonna varnish, I think it's called. Varnish it instead. I think that's what it's called. Keep it wood, but just make it a bit darker. I'm gonna start with trying to get all the old nails out without breaking the lists. And then start sanding it. I've cleaned inside, so I'm not going to do this inside today. I'm going to stay outside, I think, to keep the house a bit tidy. Because when you live so small and you don't got anywhere to put anything away, the dust and the paints and everything is in your whole house and in every single thing that you own. So I'm going to try and stay outside if the cold will let me. But to be honest, it is... Can't get in. What I was trying to say is that it's not too cold today. So I might be able to start at least, and then maybe Tom will have to swap with him when my hands are giving up. So let's get started. Let's get all of this out and onto the decking, I think.
How's it going? Is it working?
Yeah, it goes really fast. I thought I would have to work a lot harder for that.
Have you used quite rough sandpaper though, right?
Yeah, I did, but I still thought...
It's not too bad.
No.
Good. Oh yeah, that's not too bad.
No.
Once with a rougher one, once with a smoother one, and then a bit of varnish, and it'll be spot on that way, won't it?
Yeah, exactly. I think these ones are the bottom ones though, right? These we're going to paint again.
Oh yeah, they're going to be white.
It's like half and half. The thinner ones are going on top with varnish. Jag ska fortsätta. Cool.
Fun. Feels nice to reuse stuff, doesn't it?
It does. It feels a bit silly because these are perfectly fine, just that they looked a bit rough. Like you can see it. You can see it here.
Yeah.
Like it don't look very nice to put this into a freshly painted room, but this would be good.
I think it'd be spot on.
Yeah. Alright, so I'm on the last ones now that is going to get painted. So I'm going to finish these. I got like 2.5 left. But I think that maybe Tom and the kids are going to start painting now. So I'm thinking that I am going to finish these off and the ones that we're going to varnish. But the kids can't do that, so I saved them to last. And while I finish it off out here, I thought you can go and hang with Tom and the kids and see how it's going when they're painting. It's always a task when you're doing it with a 3-year-old and 5-year-old. I got the easy job today. I can be out here. I got my podcast on, listening to some murders and sanding lists. It's quite relaxing actually.
Do you want to tell the camera what we're doing?
Painting.
What are we painting?
We're painting the skirting.
We are painting the skirting. And it's going to be nice and white, isn't it?
Yes.
And then after that, we're going to paint the skirting around the top, and we're going to do that a wood colour.
Ooh, that sounds excited.
Sounds exciting, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Think it's going to look nice when it's done?
Yes.
Do you think it's going to be a really nice cosy room when it's finished? With a nice big bed?
Yeah.
And lots of toys?
Yeah.
Do you know what we haven't told the camera?
No.
What did we buy that we got the other day? Can you remember?
Stars and a moon.
Yeah, we got some star and moon glow-in-the-dark stickers, didn't we, for the wall? It's going to look really good. Thank you.
Thank you, Mama.
Thank you. All right, progress on the room. It's looking good, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
We've since put up some stars and a couple of extra bits
yeah.
that we've not shown you in the video, but that's
Recorded.
recorded, so it's coming next week, so you'll have to tune in later for that one. But yeah, pretty happy with the progress so far.
Yeah, I think it's looking really good.
Yeah, happy days.
Yeah.
But thanks very much for watching this one anyway.
So yeah, don't forget to hit the subscribe button.
You struggle with that every week.
I don't know why I have to do it every week because I can't say it.
That's why.
Don't forget to hit the subscribe button.
Press it now. And we'll see you next week.
Bye.